a report on this club's outlook heading into Game 4. Here's Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, the overarching sentiment from this team is that tonight is the night. Talking with the players earlier, the sense of excitement in them was palpable. I didn't get a lot of that cliche talk about not looking ahead or treating this game like any other. No, they were adamant that they are ready to sweep this World Series and celebrate. We'll see if that confidence leads them to the pinnacle of the sport later this evening.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Back up the middle. Bogarts has it. Throw on to first, and one shortstop grounds out to the other.
I really
one
wanted
away.
Evaldi to get the last 3 outs.
Swing to the plate now. He went down on strikes last time up.
0-1's the count.
Cut on and missed 0-1.
Well, he kind of tipped his hand right there. His approach is obviously sitting on the off speed.
No ball, 2
He
strikes.
was so late on that first pitch either.
And
he's going to get the win for the World Series.
Another one, make it 9 for the ball game. Infield in the overshift here now. The pitch.
The first baseman.
Max Muncy
0-1.
is in away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike. 1-1 to the Dodgers first baseman. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Martinez has a read on it. And that retires the side. Here now is Rafael Devers. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings.
Evaldi's got a single in this one.
Evaldi.
I'm letting him swing.
So now to the plate, Nate Evaldi. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Giving chase is Bellinger. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. So here now is Jackie Bradley. Fourth trip to the plate now, and he's hitless to this point.
Yeah, he and his teammates have really been shut down by some very good pitching in this one. Been fun for a guy like me to watch.
On the ground to the right side. And it finds its way through for a base hit. And with that, the go-ahead runs up to second now with only one away. And the next up will be Alex Verdugo. And his guys are looking to erase that donut on the scoreboard with a runner
Brady
in
Little
scoring
over
position.
here. Dave Roberts,
Matt, they've been
Brady
really
Little
shut down so far in this one. They've had runners on base, but haven't been able to string anything together.
Betts back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone.
Working so far. Kershaw's 1 out away from 7 shutouts.
Possible go-ahead score.
Up next for the Red Sox. The left field.
You got to go through the bats now.
Runners in the corners, 2 gone, and into bat next, one of the best run producers in the land, J.D. Martinez. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Giving chase is Bellinger. And he brings it down to end the inning.
I missed the 20. I missed
ready to go for the last half of the inning.
Leading up
next will be the power
everything about 28.
The catcher.
Smith.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Takes this the other way to right, and that's going to be a base hit. So the possible
if you're on the bag there, Dahlback, that's an out.
To start the home half of the 7th.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
Good power curveball there, and he's in control 0-2.
Well, he's done a real nice job with that breaking ball in this start. That's not the first
Evaldi
time he's locked the guy up with it.
Your attention, please.
Froze him for the strikeout.
Kershaw's out.
Hernandez is dealt with for the first out in the bottom of the inning. And that'll get down for a base hit. And he is in there at third as the possible go-ahead score.
This is their time right here. This starting pitcher has been on point all day. Runs have been at a premium. They have an opportunity to do something special right here.
swing and a fly ball,
Oh,
but
that's not
shallow.
gonna score a run.
And that's not going to do it. Verdugo has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner.
It was way off
and
my
they
neck,
will
this
not
run.
risk it. So with 2 away now, that go-ahead run
Now
is forced
batting,
to hold
center
tight
fielder.
at third base.
Chris.
This ball's hit in the air to the
Taylor.
right side and out of play. 0-1. Hit
With a
hard
hanger.
down the
Oh,
line.
he kept it fair.
And
Son
he
of a
will
bitch.
deliver one of the biggest at-bats of the night. It's a base hit. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
Now batting, right fielder.
Here's Mookie Betts.
Mookie.
As he will take strike 1 on the
0-1's the
fastball
count.
here. No balls and a strike. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. And it's quickly 0-2. Still no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. And yet another
Boy,
strikeout here. His 11th of the ball game.
Your attention, please. Now,
So a new
Jansen
pitcher
is
set
on.
to enter the ball game right now.
Number
And it's the
74.
converted catcher, the
Kenley.
hard-throwing right-hander Kenley Jansen.
Jensen.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Fouled off.
Oh, yeah, because I think Alex Wood is their closer. Yes.
The 0-1 pitch. Here's a shot to
Xander
left field
ties it.
and deep.
Way
That
out.
one is out of here. This game is tied.
I mean, you have to love the World Series. What a game we have right now. Home run ties it late. Place is going absolutely bananas. Would you rather be anywhere else?
Now batting,
Tied 1 apiece.
the first baseman, Bobby
In now, Bobby Dahlbeck. As he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. No hits to this point. And he fouls this one off.
That damn cutter.
And a fastball swung on and hit to
It's doing me
second.
dirty.
Scooped up, throw on to first. So a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning.
Now
Not
batting,
a lot you can do
second
with that
baseman,
pitch. That fastball
Michael
just ate him up inside
Chavis.
and gets the soft grounder for the out.
So here's Michael Chavis now. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning.
All right, Chavis.
First delivery to him on the way. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Back goes Taylor to the track, to the wall.
The ice horse.
And they have taken the lead.
This is going to be one of those moments we look back on in a couple years when we relive this World Series. That swing of the bat late in the game to
Ladies
take
and
the
gentlemen,
lead.
your
Huge.
attention, please.
Dylan Floro gets
Now
the
pitching
call as
for
he'll
the
pitch
Dodgers.
with 1 gone in the top
Number
of the 8th.
51,
Into the
Dylan
box now, Christian Vasquez.
Floro.
And there are
Got
2
it.
away now.
Now batting,
Digging in
The
and
third
looking for
baseman,
more, Rafael
Rafael.
Devers.
Sit
He
on
singled
down.
his last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Damn it.
Popped him up.
Are you kidding me? Devers, that should be in the
Smith
seats.
is there. And that ends the inning. 2 runs come across here, both coming via
All right,
the
I'm sticking with
solo
the Baldy,
home
damn
run.
it.
Here's Corey Seager. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will
Corey
get us started here in the inning as they look
Seager.
to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited
Damn it.
about with just a single notch on the scoreboard. But you have to give credit to where it's
Oh, that was
The
close.
pitching on the other side
Gotta
has
throw it in
been
quicker
really
than that.
now batting,
He's set. Here
the
it
left
comes.
fielder,
In
Cody
there, strike 1. Time to be alert for
Bellinger.
signs of tiring here in the 8th. He's a pitch away from 100.
Man, I love this right now. He's given it everything he has, given this team depth, allowing the manager to pick some serious matchups when it
JD
comes to
on the
going to
fly.
the bullpen, Dan.
Oh, you nailed that, D-Road. Now you can go to your
Now
go-to
batting,
guys, the
first
troubleshooters,
baseman,
the guy you want to bring in
Matt
close games. Anytime a starter
Muncy.
can get
0-1.
you through 7
I gotta stop
innings,
throwing curveballs.
the
I
8th
keep
inning
accidentally
gets a
doing that
bonus.
thing in the
A
cutter.
job well done so far.
We'll take that, though.
In
I got
there,
the count.
and he's in
0-2.
control 0-2 now. This is swung on and popped up. Crossing into foul territory now behind third. Devers will have plenty of room as he makes the catch, and there's a big out number 2. He's set, and the pitch drilled right back up the middle.
Well,
and 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is
3 defensive outs away.
Now we're going to have a
Your
conference
attention,
at the home
please.
plate area.
I'm
so
not
it would
pinching
appear
for
that
Hall.
we'll
I
see
wanted him
a
getting those
switch
last 3 outs
here.
because I wanted him getting those
Batting
last 3
now,
outs in
and he'll slide
2018.
into the
Number
7th
64.
I was
spot
more
in
than
the
fine
lineup
with Chris
following the
Sale
double
but
switch.
sentimental reasons after that Game
Austin
3 pitching
Barnes
performance.
Now
will
catching
also come
and
on now,
batting
so he'll
9.
move into
I
the
wanted to
pitcher's
Number
number
15.
9 hold in the order here on that double switch.
Barnes.
Muncy ranging into shallow right, and he tracks it down. Nice
Now
play
batting.
for the first out.
The center fielder, Jackie Bradley
First
Jr.
pitch of the at-bat on its way. As anticipated,
Damn it, Jack,
here's
that's
a
right
ground
into the
ball
ship.
now to the right side. And quickly, there are 2 away.
Ooh, but how poetic if this is the last at-bat for us this year.
Now batting.
In Dodger
now,
Stadium,
the
Alex
right
Verdugo.
Alex
lined out in his last
Takes
trip,
the last
so
swing of the
looking
year for the
better
Red Sox
fortunes
before
here.
they're going to win the World
Yeah,
Series.
he hit it
bottom.
hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control
Yep.
the results sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
Taylor is going to have room out there as he puts this at the plate. Kike Hernandez. He'll be the first to
Leading
bat
up
here in the
for the
inning with
Dodgers.
this guy's in need of some
The second
ninth-inning
baseman,
magic if they're going to
Kike
force a Game 5.
Hernandez.
Takes this the other way to right. Verdugo
1 away.
is there. 1 away.
Now batting.
So here's
The
Austin
catcher,
Barnes.
Austin Barnes.
0-1 the count. The 0-1. Now a sharply hit ball back up the middle. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Throw.
You think there's any justice in the game? Watch those 2 at-bats.
Up next
Both
to
of
the
them hit
Dodgers.
on the absolute
The third
street.
baseman.
One's right at
Foul.
Justin.
He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Behind 0-2 now. Now the 0-2 pitch.
Ring up another one.
He's just rolling right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the fourth.
Oh.
Ready
And look who's on deck.
for
The
another
center
chance.
fielder, number
Taylor.
3.
And their season
Chris.
hangs in the
Chris Taylor
balance
gets on
here as
base.
they're down to their final out. Barnes, the runner at first with 2 gone. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening. Stays alive, still 0-2. The Dodgers down to their final strike. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
How much, like, a set of stones you have to take a pitch in that situation?
Struck him out, and it's over.
There it is.
They are World Series champions.
Wow, World Series champions. The only thing that could have made this sweeter would have been doing it in front of the home crowd. But hey, they're not complaining, believe me. Now they can look forward to celebrating during the parade as they bring the World Series trophy home. What a moment for this team, this organization, and that city.
Back now on the show. It's all over, and you see the reactions there to the final out. And down on the field, we'll get a chance to watch the presentation of the Commissioner's Trophy to the new
Finishing with a record of 122-40. First in the AL East, unbelievable, A+ grade. Hot start, never looked back, and boy, am I looking forward to looking at some of these regular season stats. Player boosts for Nathan Eovaldi, Xander Bogaerts, Lance McCullers, Lance Lynn, JD Martinez, Alex Verdugo. So that's 6. 6 player boosts, all the 3+ sign variety. Postseason stats, starting with the pitchers. I'll do it by innings pitched. Jeffrey Springs pitched 2 innings across 1 appearance. I'll try my AC on for a little bit. Pitched 2 innings across 1 appearance. He walked nobody. He struck out 5. Had to make sure my mic was on. He didn't get any holds. Gave up no hits, no runs. ERA 0, WHIP 0. Austin Bryce pitched 2 innings across 2 appearances. He walked nobody. He struck out 2. No hits, no runs, no walks, no nothing. Mark Melancon pitched 2 innings across 3 appearances. He walked nobody. He struck out 2. Gave up 1 hit, a home run. So an ERA of 4.50 and a WHIP of 0.50. Josh Taylor pitched 2 innings across 2 appearances. He walked nobody. Struck out 5. Gave up 1 hit. He recorded a hold. ERA 0, WHIP 0.5. Matt Barnes, the closer, pitched 2 innings across 2 appearances. He got 2 saves. He walked nobody. Struck out 5. Gave up 1 hit. ERA 0, WHIP 0.5. Ryan Brazier pitched 3 innings across 3 appearances. Walked nobody. Struck out 6. He gave up no hits, no runs. He recorded a hold. ERA 0, WHIP 0. Darwinson Hernandez pitched 3 1/3 innings across 3 appearances. Walked nobody. Struck out 5. No hits, no runs, no walks. ERA 0, WHIP 0. Reynel Espinal recorded a win out of the bullpen. Pitched 4 1/3 innings in 3 appearances. He walked nobody. He struck out 7. Gave up 1 hit, a home run. So his ERA is 2.08 and a WHIP of 0.23. Martin Perez pitched 5 innings across 2 appearances out of the bullpen. He recorded a save. Walked nobody. Struck out 8. Gave up 4 hits, 1 run on a home run, so a 1.80 ERA and a 0.80 WHIP. Nathan Eovaldi, in his 2 starts, went 2-0, pitched 16 innings, walked 3, struck out 24. Both of his starts were quality starts, including a complete game. Gave up 12 hits, 2 runs, a home run. An ERA of 1.13 and a WHIP of 0.94. Lance McCullers Jr. in his 3 starts went 2-0. He pitched 18 2/3 innings. Walked 3, struck out 28. 2 out of his 3 starts were quality starts. Gave up 19 hits, 7 runs, 4 home runs for a 3.38 ERA and a 1.18 WHIP. Zach Godley went 2-1 in his 3 starts. Went 19 1/3 innings altogether. Walked 0, struck out 22 of his 3 starts. All 3 of his starts were quality starts. He gave up 11 hits, 3 runs, 1 home run for a 1.40 ERA and a 0.57 WHIP. And then Lance Lynn in his 4 starts went 4-0, 27 1/3 innings pitched, walked nobody, struck out 36. All 4 of his starts were quality starts. Gave up 15 hits, 4 runs, 3 home runs, a 1.32 ERA and a 0.55 WHIP. The position players, Zhu Weilin and Jonathan Arauz and Kevin Plawecki did not have an at-bat. Jairo Munoz had 1 at-bat pinch hitting in Game 3, and he made it count. He had a solo shot. So 1 hit for a 1,000 average, 1 home run, 1 RBI, batting 1,000, on-base percentage 1,000, his slugging percentage 4,000. His OPS is 5.0. Can't get better than that. Jose Peraza. I'm going to do this one by, I think I'll do it by home runs. So still Jose Peraza in 49 at-bats had 12 hits for a 245 average. 2 home runs, 2 RBIs, which were surprising to me. 8 runs scored. Good for an OPS of 714. It's kind of just there, but whatever. It's the worst guy in the lineup for starters. Christian Vasquez in 50 at-bats had 15 hits for a 300 average. 7 home runs, 11 RBIs, 12 runs scored. Good for a OPS of 1.080. Alex Verdugo in 56 at-bats had 26 hits for a 464 average. 7 home runs, 12 RBIs, a stolen base, 18 runs scored. Good for an OPS of 1.527. Bobby Dahlbeck, in his 50 at-bats, had 21 hits for a 420 average, 8 home runs, 14 RBIs, 13 runs scored, a stolen base for Dahlbeck, OPS of 1.402. Jackie Bradley Jr., in his 51 at-bats, had 17 hits for a 333 average, 8 home runs, 12 RBIs, 10 runs scored, a stolen base, OPS of 1.216. J.D. Martinez, in his 54 at-bats, had 26 hits for a 481 average, 9 home runs, 19 RBIs, 18 runs scored, an OPS of slugging percentage above 1 at 1.093, an OPS of 1.601. Rafael Devers, in his 50 at-bats, had 16 hits, 9 home runs, 16 RBIs, 12 runs scored. That's good for a 320 average, OPS of 1.278. Michael Chavis, in his 51 at-bats, had 15 hits, so 294 average, but 11 home runs, 16 RBIs, 14 runs scored, OPS of 1.288. And then the most disgusting of them all, in the best way possible, Xander Bogaerts, in his 50 at-bats, had 25 hits for an even 500 average, 12 home runs, 20 RBIs, 16 runs scored, an OPS of his batting average 500, his slugging percentage 1.300. His OPS, 1.828. That's insane. I'm wondering what his WAR was. He put up a WAR of 2.1 in 12 games. That's unholy, and I love that. We'll take a look quick, actually. I will do the home runs to see if we cracked 50 in the postseason. I would bet we did, but you never know. We had 1 for Gyro, 2 for Peraza, 7 for Vasquez, 7 for Verdugo, 8 for Dahlbeck, 8 for JBJ, 9 for JD, 9 for Devers, 11 for Chavis, and 12 for Xander. Puts us at 74 home runs. Runs scored, I'll do that too. Even though I could just look at it. 1 for Gyro, 8 for Peraza, 12 for 1 for Gyro, 8 for Peraza, 12 for Vasquez. Okay, so that was right. 18 for Verdugo, 13 for Dahlbeck, 10 for JBJ. This is going to be close. 18. No, we got it. 18 for JD, 12 for Devers, 14 for Chavis, 16 for Bogaerts, 122 runs scored. Broke both benchmarks that I set in place at the start of each postseason. Take a look at the regular season stats, starting with the pitchers. Jeffrey Springs, 26 years old, be potentially 67 overall. Expect a lot of these guys to not be going anywhere in the sense of overall, but he wasn't bad. He had a good outing. 30 appearances, he went 6-2 with a blown save, 4 holds, 62 and 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 53, an ERA of 1.87 and a WHIP of 1.26. WHIP is okay, but the ERA is pretty damn good. Good for a WAR of 0.8. Worth the contract, 3 more years team control. He's happy. Austin Bryce, 27 years old, B potential is up to 71 overall. So maybe he can get to silver at this rate. Terrible year though. 55 appearances, he went 3-3 with 2 blown saves, 12 holds, 54 and 2/3 innings pitched. He gave up 33 earned runs. He struck out 54, an ERA of 5.43. That's not good. A WHIP of 1.12. That's not bad. WAR of negative 0.0. So I guess the WHIP and the ERA balance out. I guess he's worth the money. 2 years arbitration. He's happy. Darwinson Hernandez, 23 years old, B potential is up to 72 overall. Darwinson, in my mind, has good potential for sure. So I think he'll definitely go silver. I think he's got a chance of going gold at his rate of. He's only 23 with B potential. Not the best of years. Ooh, actually no, this is not a good year at all, really. 25 appearances, he went 4-2 with 2 saves, a blown save, 4 holds. In 26 innings, he gave up 23 hits, 13 runs, 20 walks, 34 strikeouts, so a 4.50 ERA and a 1.65 WHIP. That's not good. Those aren't good numbers. A 0.64 worth the contract. He's going under control until 2025, and he's happy, so good for him. Mark Melancon, I traded for him, and I don't know why, honestly, because I don't like Melancon. But down to 76 overall, 35 years old. Not the best year either. Between here and Atlanta, 36 appearances. He went 4-0 with a save, 7 holds, 39 and 2/3 innings pitched. Struck out 48. A 4.08 ERA is fine. Like, not terrible. It's not good, but his WHIP's good. 1.06 WHIP is great. for a 0.5 WAR. I don't know if he's worth that kind of money, but he's ecstatic. So good for him. Ryan Brazier, 31 years old, up to 73 overall. He had a very solid year, not like 2018, but pretty good year, great year actually, I'd say. In 40 appearances, 2-1 with 3 saves, 4 blown, 25 holds, 40 and a third innings pitched. He struck out 54, 2.90 ERA and a 0.92 WHIP. Good for WAR, 0.6, worth the money. We got him for 2 more years under arbitration. He's satisfied. He just doesn't like his contract. Josh Taylor was a big surprise to me because at 27 years old, potential, he got up to 79 overall. At one point, he was 80. I definitely recall seeing him at 80. So he was gold, and at this rate, he will be a gold. He had a great year. I didn't realize this kid had this kind of potential and this high of an overall already, but in 28 appearances, he recorded a save and a blown save. 17 holds, 24 and a third innings pitched, so like half the sample size of last year, just about. But he only gave up 4 runs. 26 strikeouts in that time frame, a 1.48 ERA and a 1.11 WHIP. Those are good. Good for a WAR of 0.5. Worth the money. 4 more years of team control. He's satisfied. Could eventually become a closer, maybe. Speaking of closers, Matt Barnes is my closer. At 29 years old and B potential, Barnes did get up to 85 overall, so Matt Barnes did go diamond. Matt Barnes had a great year, like top closer year, which, considering his best year looks to be 2018, and he wasn't exactly the best in 2018. Yeah, Matt Barnes, 54 appearances out of the bullpen, no wins, 3 losses, 49 saves, 3 blown saves, 50 innings pitched altogether. He struck out 71, 2.16 ERA, 1.0 WHIP. I can see him continuing to progress just a smidge more. He's not going to hit 90 or anything, but maybe he'll get like 87 at the most. Great year for Barnes. Good for a WAR 1.4. One of the top bullpen arms in the game right now, based on this season. Absolutely worth that money. He's ecstatic. Likes everything, really. I'm surprised the region doesn't make him happy because Massachusetts borders Connecticut. And it's like close borders. Like I'm in the northern part of Massachusetts, and I can make it to Connecticut in about 2 hours. So it is what it is. Martin Perez, just like in real life, has been shot. Well, he didn't have the best year. He had a great year for the most part. I guess he kind of petered off towards the end, but he's really surprising right now. He's like one of the very few let me rephrase that. He is the only bright spot on the pitching staff. One of the very few bright spots of the entire team this year. Not the best year in game, but I think his relegation to the bullpen had something to do with that. I didn't put him in the bullpen, the game did. 32 appearances, 27 starts. He went 14-5. He pitched 187 innings. Struck out 163. A 4.33 ERA and a 1.41 WHIP are a little too high for my liking. 15 quality starts, including a complete game shutout. 3.4 WAR, and he's only on a 1-year deal, so he's worth that money. Hopefully he comes back. He's ecstatic right now, though. Loves his role and his contract and everything. So good for him. Reynal Espinal, last bullpen arm. 28 years old, C potential, 67 overall. Really good outing for Reynal. No idea who he is. And I don't expect him to even go silver. But at 23 appearances, he went 3-1 with 2 blown saves, a hold. 45 innings pitched. He struck out 37, a 1.20 ERA and a 0.96 WHIP. Good for a WAR of 1.1. Wow. Got him under team control till 2026. Jeez. How about that? He's satisfied. He wants to be making about 10 times as much as he's making right now, which I don't blame him. That's a small contract. Zach Godley, 28 years. He's only 28 years old, 78 overall, so he's silver, and he has a chance to get back. I think he was gold at one point. I don't know, but he has a chance to get into gold if he never was. Not a bad year for Godley. Not a great year, but not a bad year. 33 starts. He went 22-4, so that's a great win-loss record. 223 and a third innings pitched. He struck out 265, which is definitely good. Like that's very good. 3.95 ERA is not the best. 1.29 WHIP is fine. 20 quality starts, 4 complete games, 1 shutout, a 6.1 WAR. Worth the money. We got him under arbitration for another year, so he's satisfied, but he doesn't like his money. Lance McCullers Jr. I don't remember what his numbers were when I traded for him, but he had a pretty decent year between here and Houston. 33 starts. By the way, at 26 years old with B potential, is already 87 overall, so he's already diamond. I think he can tap into 90 for like a year or two tops at this rate. So he went 16-9 this year between here and Houston. He's two-time world champ now. 229 and 2/3 innings pitched. Struck out 282, so that's really good. Like, that's fucking great. 3.61 ERA and a 1.42 whip. Whip's a little bit high. ERA is, whatever. 19 quality starts, 5 complete games, 3 shutouts, a 3.8 WAR. We got him. This is his last year, but he's happy. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. Nathan Eovaldi was unreal from his call-up time. He didn't get called up till August, but 30 years old, see potential, 78 overall, so he's silver. I don't think he's going to make it into gold. He only had 8 starts, but he went 6-1, 56 and 2/3 innings pitched, 73 strikeouts, a 3.18 ERA, 1.18 whip. Fine numbers there. 5 quality starts, 1 complete game shutout, 2.1 WAR. We got him for 2 more years on a contract that he's definitely not worth. But that means he's ecstatic. And then Lance Lynn. I don't remember what Lance Lynn's numbers were when I traded for him. They were a little bit on the high side. They weren't bad, but they were a little bit on the high side. At 32 years old, A potential. He's 90 overall. He's diamond. Don't think he'll progress anymore, but he's amongst the elite. He had a great year, especially after we traded for him. 33 starts. He went 19-5. 236 and 2/3 innings pitched. 285 strikeouts, a 2.62 ERA, and a 1.0 whip. Those are Cy Young caliber numbers. 24 quality starts, 12 complete games, 9 shutouts, a 7.0 WAR. We've got him for 1 more year, so he's a long-term rental. And he's just satisfied. If he was getting paid more, he would be at least happy, which means his overall would increase because of that. Now on to these guys. Let's do it by hits. Or at bats. Runs? I don't know how I want to do it. I'll do it by home runs, I guess. Go all the way down to the bottom, the guys on the bench. Zue Lin, 26 years old, C potential, 64 overall. This is his peak, probably. Maybe he gets into like 67 overall, but he's not really anything special at all. He can field a little bit. But he had a career year because he only had 1 home run in his entire career before this, but in 164 at-bats, he had 45 hits, 3 home runs, 19 RBIs. Stole 8 bags, a 274 average, 747 OPS. Good for a WAR off the bench. I went past the .8. We'll take that from him. We got 3 more years arbitration. He's satisfied. He's not. Nothing's going to happen with him. Jonathan Arauz. This one's interesting to me because he's a 21-year-old. 66 overall, but he's only got C potential. So I don't see him going anywhere special. Also, nothing really to his attributes yet, like Zue Lin. And he actually just pretty much didn't play at all. Holy shit. He only had 6 games. He only had 23 at-bats. He had 6 hits in those 23 at-bats. He scored a run. 3 RBIs, a walk, 2 strikeouts, a 261 average, 553 OPS, 24 plate appearances. Yeah, so good for a WAR of negative .01. He basically didn't exist. But whatever. He's satisfied. You know, he's making almost 600 grand to travel with and he won a World Series ring. Kevin Plawecki, the backup catcher. 29 years old, 68 overall, C potential. Nothing really coming from him here. He's not even like a special fielding catcher. He can block, but that's it. He can't really hit all that well. But a career year for Plawecki, it looks like. Sort of. 28 hits, 6 home runs, 18 RBIs, stolen base, 264 average, 843 OPS. Backup catcher, good for a WAR of 1.3, not bad. We got him for another year. I don't think he's worth that money, but whatever. He's unhappy. He thought he'd be platooning, but he's not. How do you expect to platoon with Christian Vasquez? That's crazy. He expects more 1.4. He expects more money too. That's wild to me. Jairo Munoz was interesting here. 25 years old, B potential. He's 74 overall, so he's on the cusp of silver. I think he's got a chance to go gold for a year or two. Not a bad fielder, a little bit of speed, and a little bit of contact, and he's progressing, so he can get a little bit better. He had a solid showing this year. 89 hits, 13 home runs in 283 at bats, 47 RBIs, stole 7 bags, 314 average, OPS of 900. Utility guy, he can play second, third, short, left, center, right. Good for a WAR 3.7. I actually at one point wanted to switch him and Jose Peraza. I never did. In hindsight, I kind of wish I did. Worth the contract, and we got him for 3 more years under arbitration. He's satisfied, and he would probably be happy if he was at least platooning with Peraza. because that's his expectation. He was benched. Speaking of the devil, Jose Peraza. Now, my issue was I couldn't pull Peraza because his overall got up to 83. He's 25 years old, B potential. At the start of the year, I could have platooned them, but after so long, Peraza actually is kind of better. So he's gold on top of that, and Jose Peraza at this rate will go diamond. Not a bad fielder, a little bit of speed, a little bit of contact, especially against lefties. But good progression, +8 and +9 in the contact. And he had a good year too. Oh, he had a great year. 194 hits, 16 strikeouts, 16 home runs, 70 RBIs, 14 stolen bases, a 339 average. But he's not going to be eligible with. Actually, he might be with 573 at bats. His average was up there. OPS of 894. So I'm glad I didn't platoon them. 6.7 WAR in left field. We got him for one more year, and he's ecstatic. Good for him. Christian Vasquez kind of broke out last year, and he continued that trend this year. 29 years old, B potential. He got up to 83 overall, so he's gold. He'll get to diamond for a little bit, for sure. Great fielding catcher. His arm strength is underrated in this game, for sure. And then just a solid hitter. You know, not bad. Can handle his, can hold his weight against lefties. And yeah, a better year than last year. Career year again. 172 hits, 22 home runs, one less than last year, but he had 18 more RBIs. He had 90 this year, 8 stolen bases. 325 average is the big kicker for me there for him, and his OPS was 902. Good for a WAR behind the dish is 7.9. That's great. So 12.8 WAR overall. Man, he really wasn't that good in 2018. Didn't play as much either. But we got him for one more year. He's absolutely worth that money. He's unhappy, actually. He hates his contract, and there's nobody else from Puerto Rico on the team. So his overall could actually be 85. He could already be diamond. So that's unfortunate. Now we get to the big guns. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 big guns. And we'll start with Verdugo. Alex Verdugo, this was huge progression. At 23 years old and A potential, he got his overall up to 89 already, so he's in the diamond category. He was already, I think he was gold at the start of the year, but he's diamond now, and he's going to be amongst the elite. He'll probably get to 99 overall at this rate. Great fielder, including his arm. Little tiny bit of speed. He's not slow. Vision, discipline, and clutch are all in decent to good places already. 74, 70, and 74 again with his progression. But the biggest thing is his hitting. Contact against righties went up 8. Now he's in the 90s. Contact against lefties went up 7. Power against righties went up 12. So we went from 69 to 81 for that power against righties. Power against lefties only went up 1, but that's fine. And like I said, the vision, discipline, and clutch went up. So he's gonna be amazing, and he already was amazing. This is an MVP caliber year for fucking sure. 189 hits. 46 home runs, 127 RBIs, 343 average, 1.085 OPS. Unreal. Good for a 20 outfield assists. Good for a 9.4 WAR out there in right field. Immediately filling the shoes of Mookie Betts, at least in his first year. And we've got him under team control for 3 more years in arbitration. He's only satisfied, though. He wants a much better contract. If he was getting paid more, he'd be in the 90s because he'd be happy. I'm going to skip Dahlbeck for a second, and you'll understand why. To get to Jackie Bradley Jr. 29 years old, only got C potential, but he's got his overall up to 80, so he's gold. His fielding, I think his fielding attribute is underrated. His fielding is incredible. His arm is incredible, and I think his arm is accurately rated. I think the accuracy should be a little bit higher, but his speed, whatever. But he made some strides with his hitting, especially against the power against righties. He's got his overall up to 80, so he's gold. Won't make the diamond, I'm sure, but he'll be gold for a couple of years. And he had a career year, and these are MVP numbers. 156 hits, 39 home runs, 103 RBIs, a 301 average. To me, it's the average that puts it over the top. When you have triple digits and almost 40 home runs, if you have an average with it, then you're going to be discussed for MVP, especially with his fielding ability. A 992 OPS, 14 outfield assists, good for a WAR 7.6 in center field. Last year on his deal, he's ecstatic. Thought he'd be platooning his every day, making twice as much as he was expecting to make. So he's in good standing. I'm going to skip JD Martinez. JD's going to go last. Dahlbeck's going to go second to last. Rafael Devers, was a little disappointing. And I say little because I had high expectations, and he still had an amazing year, but my expectations were a little bit higher. 23. He's only 23 at A potential and 86 overall, so he's diamond. He's going to go into 99 overall for sure at some point. His fielding's not bad, and it reflects in the game. Like I think his fielding attributes are fair. Like it's solid fielding. And he's not the slowest for someone who's like a little bit chubby like he is. He's chubby in the face. But he made strides in his hitting. The vision, the discipline went up +8, +9. Clutch went up +3. And then against lefties, +13, +6 contact and power. And then against righties, who's already in good standings, but +6, +7 of that, he can hammer righties. And he had an amazing MVP caliber year as well. 202 hits, one more than last year. I didn't realize he cracked 200 hits last year. 200 hits for the second straight year, one more than last year, in less at bats, mind you. He had 54 doubles last year. Oh my God. 45 home runs for Devers. He's over 100 now already at 23 years old. 151 RBIs is insane. He's at 362 now for his career. A 325 average, and after hitting 311 last year, his career average is almost 300. An OPS of 1.030, getting his career OPS to 900. Good for a WAR at third base of 7.3. We got 2 more years under team control for arbitration. He's only satisfied if he were getting paid more, he'd be happy and probably 88. Insane. Michael Chavis burst onto the scene last year and kind of cooled down as time went on, but he really broke out this year. 24 years old, A potential now at 81 overall. He's gold. He will go diamond, and I do think he's got a chance to go not 99, but into the 90s for sure. Solid fielding, and that's going to get better. Not bad speed either, and his hitting is pretty good. And this is after huge strides. +3 in the contact against righties is a little meh. But +13 in contact against lefties, +14 in power against righties. Power against lefties actually went down 1, but he's 70s power now, and his contact averages to about, what's the difference there, 18? So his contact average is about to 60, or 68, or not 60, 59 maybe. I'm not doing the math out in my head. Actually, I could. What's 60. Yeah, 120 divided by 2 is 60. So his contact averages to 60, and he's a 70s power guy. And he had an MVP caliber year. 159 hits, 44 home runs, 111 RBIs, 9 stolen bags, 307 average, and OPS of 016. Good for a WAR at second base of 5.6. And we've got him under team control for 4 more years. He's happy. And then Xander Bogaerts. I think is criminally underrated. He's been the best offensive shortstop in baseball. He was last year, and I think he was in 2018 as well. And he's not a bad fielder. I think his fielding's underrated in this game. I think his arm is pretty accurate rating-wise, but I think his fielding should be higher. His speed's not bad, but I think his speed should be a little bit higher too, but that's fine. He got nerfed right before I started this, so his numbers against righties went down, but I still managed to pull those back up a little bit, +7, +8 there. 27 years old with a potential at 90 overall, so he's diamond and in the 90s. He's not going to go 99, but I think he's only 27. He can get to like 95 maybe. Great vision, great discipline, great clutch. I think his fielding will progress some more too, and he's among the best against lefties. He will hammer lefties, no doubt at all. And then righties are not, you can't bring in a righty and not have to worry about him. You still do. And if +7, +8, even if his progression got halved, cut in half next year, his contact against righties could go up to 80, and his power against righties could go up to 81. He's among the elite. And he had an elite year, an MVP caliber year. Going into this year, the Red Sox single season record for home runs was set by David Ortiz in 2006 at 54. Xander tied that year. He had 205 hits, 54 home runs, 148 RBIs, 334 average, a 1.088 OPS. Good for a WAR at shortstop of 8.6. And a very team-friendly deal, if you ask me, because I think he could be making more than that. But we've got him under contract for 6 more years until 2027, so that's awesome. He's happy. He thinks he should be making more now at this point, and I don't blame him, but he's still happy. Now these two, and I'll start with Bobby Dahlback. Bobby Dahlback just got called up in real life a couple of weeks ago. so he made the into the roster changes. He's only got C potential, and he's 24 years old. But he got his overall up to 79. He's silver. He will go gold, even with C potential. I think his potential is going to go up. I think he will go diamond, and I think he has a chance to crack 90s. His fielding's not bad. I don't know how to properly rate him because I've only seen him play a little bit. But look at the strides he made. Plus 15 in contact against lefties. Plus 10 in power against righties. Plus 15 in power against lefties. Plus 7, plus 3, plus 3 for VDC, Vision Discipline Clutch. Bobby Dalbec. Going into this year, the single-season record for Red Sox home runs was 54, set by David Ortiz in 2006. Going into this year, the record for most home runs by a rookie in their rookie year was Pete Alonso last year with, I think, 55? I know it was Pete Alonso last year. It was Aaron Judge in 2017. But then I know Alonso beat that record, and it was in the 50s. I'm going to double-check that, because now I'm curious. I'm going to go back to 2019 in my bad app regular season home runs. Pete Alonso, 53, which was Major League leading. So 53 for Alonso last year. That record didn't last because Bobby Dalbec broke that record and had not only is he going to win Rookie of the Year, but he had an MVP campaign as well. 183 hits, 56 home runs, 152 RBIs, 292 average, 967 OPS. Good for a WAR at first base of 8.6. We've got him under team control until 2025 with arbitration. He's happy. And then there's this. I could have never expected to see something like this have happened, but I'm not too surprised that a guy like JD Martinez did this. 91 overall, so he's diamond. You know, his fielding's not good, his speed's whatever, but it's his hitting, obviously. His vision's up +8, discipline went up 5, his clutch is already 99. He recently got nerfed too, so his numbers against righties went down, but I still salvaged that. +7 to the contact, get it from the 60s into 75. +11 for the power against righties, so from 77 to 88. And his numbers against lefties were already right there at 99, 98. So he's one of the best hitters in the game. And it reflected by setting the all-time single-seasons home run record. I don't give a fuck that he DH'd. He's going to win the MVP. He played all 162 games, 233 hits, 74 home runs. At 300 for the career now. He is officially Hall of Very Good, if not Hall. I think he might be in the Hall of Fame now at this point. Career 300 hitter, 300 home runs. He's not going to retire yet. He's going to have about 3 more years of this before he starts to decline severely. So he will crack 400 home runs, 1,000 RBIs, no doubt in my mind. But he's a career 300 hitter. He's going to have a career of at least 1,500 hits and over 400 home runs by the time he's done. But the single season record for home runs, doing it the clean way, 74 home runs, unfucking believable. 183 RBIs, 357 average too. That's the thing. It's not just like he was a DH who, you know, didn't get a lot of hits, but when he did, they were home runs, and he was hitting 210. You know, but he only had like 90 hits, but 74 of them were home runs. You know, he had 233 hits. He had a 357 average. Good for an OPS of 1.216. That's got to be close to some sort of record, if not the record. Good for a WAR at DH, at designated hitter of 11.6. This man barely played the outfield. His fielding percentage wasn't bad when he was in the outfield, don't get me wrong. He only had 52 putouts. No outfield assists. Hell, 2 errors. 11.6 WAR. Absolutely worth the contract. 2 more years of that contract. He's happy, and that's that. So, postseason MVP, I'm going Xander Bogaerts. You can't bat 500 with 12 home runs and not get it. World Series MVP, it's either going to be Xander or Chavis. Regular season MVP, it's JD. And if it is anyone else, I'm going to, in my head canon, just say it was JD. Because if Lance Lynn wins the Cy Young, that's fine. But this game might also give him MVP, which is bullshit if it does. Let's take a gander at that. But while we're here, I want to go to MLB records. Because if you look, single season record, single season, JD Martinez, 2020, 74. He was starting to close in a little bit on that hits record too. He was hit, I think he had 233. Ichiro had 262. No other records to be had. Whatever, that's fine. What are the achievements? Oh, this is just all together. It's our 10th ring, 15 pennants, 11 division titles. Our 5th 100-win season. 12 MVPs, 20 home run champs, 27 batting champs. Right. So top prospects. Can I look at our top prospects? Nope. Just the top in general. Carter Keyboom. I don't know if he counts as... Oh, he is back down to AAA, so I guess he counts. Bobby Witt Jr., C.J. Abrams, Thompson, Greg Jones, Jordan Balazovic. He was great for me in my Twins run earlier this year. J.J. Bleday. I'm surprised he's not called up. Luis Campusano just got called up in real life. Mackenzie Gore, I think. No, he's not on the main team yet. Simeon Woods Richardson, Alex Manoah, Nate Pearson did get called up. As far as I know, he's still called up. Keibert Ruiz. I don't know why I just looked at that. Awards. World Series MVP, Xander Bogaerts, 625 average, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, well deserved. Postseason MVP, JD Martinez. So this is where the LCS stats come in because he had a 500 average, 9 home runs, 19 RBIs. But whatever. Silver Sluggers in the outfield. Verdugo got one. So he continues that trend of a Red Sox right fielder winning that. Xander gets one for the 2nd straight year. Dahlbeck gets one for 3rd base, despite the fact that he played 1st base. Devers came in 2nd, so I'm going to say that Devers got it and Dahlbeck gets it at 1st. Because he did have, other than the average, a better year than these two. So I'm going to say Dahlbeck got it at 1st, Devers got it at 3rd. Vasquez gets it at catcher. So my entire infield, except for 2nd base, except for Chavis, kind of bullshit that Chavis isn't even here. He had a better year than Whit Merrifield. Or Chavis is also a 3rd baseman, and Donaldson had a better year than whatever. It's fine. Fuck it. Obviously, JD gets it at DH. Gold Glove. Verdugo gets a Gold Glove. Mookie Betts can eat his heart out. Alex Verdugo is doing it all. He gets the same Gold Glove, the same Silver Slugger, putting up MVP performances, continuing the trend. Bobby Dahlbeck finishes 2nd for Gold Glove at 3rd base, even though he played 1st base. Kinsler got a Gold Glove in 2018 at 2nd base for us. I did not know that. Christian Vasquez getting the Gold Glove behind the dish. Good for him. The Hank Aaron Award goes to JD Martinez, and you can't really argue that. Rookie of the Year goes to Bobby Dahlbeck, and you really can't argue that. Reliever of the Year goes to Matt Barnes, and you could argue that, but batting title goes to JD Martinez. So I think JD won the Triple Crown, too. So Cy Young goes to Zach Godley? His ERA was damn near 4. But MVP does go to JD Martinez. He wins the Triple Crown. Definitely led the league in RBIs. He almost had 200 for fuck's sake. Sets the all-time record for home runs in a single season. Takes the batting title. Triple Crown for JD. Xander Bogaerts finishes 2nd in MVP voting. Surprised Bobby Dahlbeck didn't get some sort of nom. Nelson Cruz is there. That's fine. So we'll take it. What a fucking run. Of course, obviously, I get the feeling that my Red Sox runs are always going to be my best. I kind of wanted to save them for last because it's my favorite team. But it is what it is. What time is it? Okay, I'll start the next team quick. Oh, actually, wait. Before I do. Look at the team affinity for the Red Sox. I'm still in stage 1, 62 out of 70. So I got the Brian Mata card. Got the nameplate, got the Chowda, got the Definity, I did get the Devers card. I didn't think I was going to, so that's good. I got 4,000 subs. I just didn't get this, which is fine. If I really cared for that, I could just do like some moments quick. I only need 8 points, so I could do 3 of these. Never doubt Devers. Yeah. What's the typical name? Veteran. These are probably all on veteran, actually. Ooh, recreate Victorino's Grand Slam. Wow. That would be fun. And I think I already did this one. No, I did not. Wow. And then recreate David Ortiz's walk-off in the 12th. So yeah, I'll probably do some of these anyways eventually, but and then opening up any packs I got between the start and end of my Red Sox run. A Gear Up pack. Diamond for that matter. Ooh. I think I'll go with the... This is actually tough. I think I'm going to go with the bat. That bat. 3 team affinities, 10 packs altogether, 3 affinities, 7 regular. Hey, Espinal. He's a Red Sox. Rich Hill, former Red Sox. Hey, Otani. I love me some Shohei. And 7 regular packs. Wow, interesting. Oops. Oh, a gold. Eugenio Suarez. Nice. A hot dog nameplate. Interesting. Jordan Luplow. I didn't know he was played for the Pirates at one point. And last but not least. Oop. Nope. Oh, God. I did not mean to do that. I gotta go fix that. Wait. Oh, yeah. There it is. There we go. Alright. Next team up is the Diamondbacks. What's nice is, though, I've already done the Marlins and the Blue Jays in the underdogs category. I don't understand how in the world the Rays are rated that low. They're literally the AL East leaders. The Yankees are in 3rd place, I believe, behind the Blue Jays as well now. For the most part, I kind of see where they're coming from with everybody here at this point. I think the White Sox might... the White Sox and A's might poke themselves up a little bit higher. I know it's based on team overall, based on their attributes, but still. So up next is the Diamondbacks, minus Starling Marte now, because he is a part of the Marlins, which I've already done. So once I do the Diamondbacks, I'm going to do the Royals, and I'm going to do the Rays, and I'm going to skip right to the Astros, because I've already done the Blue Jays and the Marlins back when they were in the long shots. I might not start the Diamondbacks tonight, actually. It's already 12:30. So, yeah, I'm going to call it here, because I got to go wind down and get ready for bed, because I have work in the morning.